All right, party people, back again with another Modern Lending Lab live. I said this before, but the Modern Lending Lab that's happening at Loan Depot once a month is open-ended for anybody that wants to attend. We're talking social media coming up on the 23rd of April. If you want the Zoom link, let me know. Everyone in the industry is invited. It's a place for originators to come together to figure out how to dominate and win in an ever-changing marketplace. And so all hands are welcome, not just Loan Depot people. But today's topic, if you've been following along in the last few lives, is about personal brands that need to be personal. And I'm going to get on my high horse for 30 seconds and have a little bit of a rant. Okay, buckle up. I'm warning you ahead of time. Trigger alert. I was going to name names. I was going to name names on this live. I was going to put it on the screen, and I stopped myself because the amount of loan officers I see posting the exact same auto posting content produced by their organization is mind-numbing. Are you serious? What do you think you're accomplishing? Stop it. And this is coming from a previous CMO for the last couple of years where I would tell people at Loan Depot, don't use the content we make. Don't use it. Please don't use the generic stuff we put. I mean, literally, I was scrolling on LinkedIn 2 days ago. 2 days ago. I already had this topic picked out 2 days ago. And again, I'm not going to bring receipts. I'm not going to name the company. But it was every loan officer posted at the exact same time, the exact same piece of content. There were probably 30 loan officers posting the exact same piece of content at the exact same time. I've seen it from 2 companies in the last 2 weeks. You got to be out of your mind. Fire that marketing person immediately. Good night. First of all, it's a terrible brand experience for anybody out there watching the company. It's lazy as hell for the originators. Stop being lazy. You're better than that. This isn't me trying to teach that. You're better than that. Don't do it. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. How are they going to get to know you at all if you're a literal walking billboard for your company? Now, I don't mean to not have company pride. I love it. I bleed purple and green. Have company pride. Yes. But be a human being on social media. That doesn't mean you shouldn't use a generic piece of social content. Take it, put it behind you as a green screen and talk about it, right? One of the things that I was significantly proud of when I became CMO was instead of doing a normal boring product launch where we gave you social media graphics and all this stuff, we gave you green screens so that the benefits of the new product can be behind you as you, the originator, talk to your community about why this new product would benefit them. Yes, more of that, less of the generic stuff. Please, God, personal brands need to be personal. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. How are they going to get to know you if you never share anything about who you are and what you care about? Now I'm going to put a caveat in. All right, I'm coming off the high horse. I'm going to put a caveat in. You can overshare. You can overshare. That's problematic. Maybe don't do that. Maybe have a little bit of tact. But here's the deal. For somebody in their head who's like, oh, I don't want to talk about my personal life. I don't want to share about my personal life. That's personal. Okay. You don't have to open everything up for the world to see. You could just share some surface level stuff. For example, I'm going to use my friend Gary Vaynerchuk as an example of this, okay? You never see a picture of this guy's kids on his social. Never, never, ever, ever. But guess what you get to see? You get to see things like he's a Jets fan. You get to see things like he likes collectibles. You get to see him share about wine that he's into. You get to see him go garage sale shopping. Things that are intimately personal to him that he cares about as a human being. You get to see that stuff. Show that. Don't have to show off your kids and cars. Show off just the things you care about. Look, I said this in the last live, which I don't expect you to have seen or go back to see, but what I'm going to share again is the same topic. Humans are like this community species, and we latch onto things. And if you like something and I like something, we have a human connection point to bond over, and it creates instant relationship, fertile ground. So when you let a little of your personal preferences out, food, wine, sports, gaming, video gaming, nerd comic books. I don't care, whatever, a little bit of that out, instantly somebody else can connect and relate. Look, I don't know how many out there are parents, but man, can you connect and relate to other parents of just the joy and the struggle of parenting? Instant human connection over a universal thing. Drive it down to specifics. When I see people post nerdy stuff, or if they have a little bit of a nerd's flair in their background, and I get to see, a lightsaber back there, or a helmet, or something Marvel related, instant connection, instant like, this person sees the world like I see it. This person knows what I feel and knows what I feel like, and this is somebody I can connect with. Your personal brand needs to be personal. I'm going to share a really interesting viewpoint, and I want you just to wrestle with it with me. I want you to think about it, and I want you to see how it can incorporate in ways to drive more engagement. But before I do that, let's talk about why. Why does a personal brand, why should you have this digital connection opportunity? Why have a personal brand? Well, first, you have one whether you like it or not. You have an online digital brand. I can look you up and see whatever I can see. Either you're Mr. Invisible, or something's there. And I can find it on Facebook, and I can see you with your family. I can find something on you. Why not curate that to be the experience you want? And secondly, if your goal is to increase your business, increase your opportunity, increase your chance for more sales and more connections, you do that through human relationship. So that means leverage the personal brand concept ideologies to drive digital reputation to bigger spheres of influence so that you can have more opportunity in your business. Period. Done. Or don't do any of that and just do what you've always done, which might be working fine. So ignore me. If you want more, you got to play. Here's what I was told that's a little controversial, and I want you to sit on it with me. Most salespeople that I know, most entrepreneurs, most people out there trying to drive more business opportunities through human connection, well, they tend to be a little bit of a chameleon of sorts. So when they meet people, they try to see what they like so they can connect. They try to match rapport and kind of build rapport through matching and all these other things that they read and how to win friends and influence people. And so they got to be careful what they show inside of what they got going on, because they want you to like them and they want to earn a sale. So they're going to kind of just try to mirror and match. And, you like sports? I love sports. You've never gone to a sport game in your life. That is the opposite of how to be successful on social media. I don't even know if that's going to be the core of how to be successful in real life anymore. Honestly, I think that the real humanity stuff is better than the chameleon life, because you can't chameleon to everybody. But that's why on social media, you start to see people who have the vanilla ice cream. They're boring. Here's the controversial thing. If you want to attract your tribe and grow community, you have to have and share opinions. You can't be opinionless. You can't be agnostic. I just don't have a think. I don't have a thought on that. That is not what drives engagement and connection on social media. You have to have opinions, and you have to share those opinions. If that made anybody instantly uncomfortable thinking, well, if I do that, then I'm going to alienate certain people, then I didn't say you have to share every opinion. Let's be clear, okay? I didn't say you have to share your political opinions. I just said you have to have opinions. Let me give you one that's a little more neutral down the lane here. Do you think it's better for someone to put 20% to save their money month over month and get enough for 20% down to avoid mortgage insurance? Or do you think it's better for someone to buy with an FHA loan now at 3.5% down? What's better? I know you have an opinion. I know you have an opinion of what's better. What's better? Save for 6 months or a year to get 20% down, or buy with an FHA loan with 3.5% down right now. What is your opinion? Now you might say, Scott, first of all, I'll take your opinion, bro. You might say it depends. Alec, it depends on their situation. Okay, share the situation when it makes sense for each. Share your opinion. You want to grow a tribe and a community, you want to gain attention and attraction, have opinions and share them. That's absolutely how you got to play the social game. Don't sit back. Don't be neutral. Share. And then If somebody challenges your opinion, good. That's great. See, most salespeople, I don't want that. They're like Scott said, buy now, right? So if Scott's opinion is you need to buy now, and he has a viewpoint on why buying now is the right time to do this, are there people out there who have an opinion of no, it's not time to buy? Absolutely. I see him post all the time. I'm not trying to get political. Don't go down. Don't get political with me. But I've seen people being like, Trump's destroying the economy. Housing's going to crash. Wait and buy later. That's their opinion. Fantastic. If you have a different opinion, share that. Why? Because like-minded people connect to like-minded people. The game is that people do business with people they like, know, and trust. How can they like or know you if you don't share opinions? Okay, I'm ranting on this, but you gotta just pay attention to this stuff, people. Okay, I did 2 more lives where I talked about what to say and how to say it, but you gotta have some human flavor in this game. Okay, I don't care if you wear a Marvel t-shirt or you put yourself in your room with your dog or you go and film in the gym you love. Show a little bit of your humanity because personal brands need to be personal. I'm going to wind down with a big topic here, but this is the come to Jesus moment. I'm going to give you the altar call. Okay, you ready? Because it's coming. So get a piece of paper out, get a pencil out, because I'm going to lay it down for you right now. If you watched any of the brand new episodes, I know they're long, where I talked about in the very first segment, it was called Brand You, and we talked about how to uncover this. How do I? What do I care about? What does matter to me? What is my personal value proposition that I should be sharing in my personal brand exposure? I'm going to give you the pathway. You ready? All right. You have business partners. I know you do. And if you don't, imagine if you did have business partners. And Alec calls him up, and Alec says, "Hey, business partner 1, I'm going to use Scott because he's in my field right now. Scott, you know Scott. Give me 5 adjectives to describe Scott professionally. Professionally, what are 5 words if I asked you to describe Scott that you would use?" And I called 5 of your referral partners. What are they going to say? What words would you hope that they would say? Let's just write those down. What words would you hope that would say? I'll feed you some. You hope they say that you're responsive, available, knowledgeable, competent, kind. Pick the ones that mean the most to you. What are those? Write it down. Write it down. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to wait. Just write it down. Now, underneath that, your friends, the people that like you, the people that actually want to spend time with you. If I called them up, I was like, "Hey, you know Scott, tell me about him. Give me 5 words to describe Scott." What words do you hope they would say? Funny, loyal, reliable. Write it down. What do you hope they would say? Let's go 1 layer under the onion deeper. Stay with me. 1 layer under the onion, down we go. Your most intimate loved ones, your spouse, your kids, parents, the people that know you the best, seen you at your worst, but aspire for you to be at your best. And you ask them, what are the 5 words you would describe me as? What would you hope they would say? Loving, compassionate. What do you hope they would say? Write those down. You got 15 words in front of you. In your soul, something calls out to some of these words. There's something that happened in your life, and just call Rene Rodriguez and he will show you what it was, because he's that good, that make you deeply connected to some of these values. And Scott's playing the game. Effective, efficient, knowledgeable, trustworthy, passionate. As you look at these 15, those are 5, but you look at this whole word from the loved ones to the business partners, to the friends and family, what are the ones that just call out to you, that matter so deeply to you? And here's the moment. You ready? Here it is. All these things that you hope that your partners and your friends and your family say about you, all these things that you aspire to be here in the soul, all these things that are what make you, your value set that you care about, how you want to be perceived, how you want to impact the world as you see it in this moment today. Might change. Here's the moment. If I look you up on Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, on and on. If I look you up on the internets and I look for your personal brand, I look for what you stand for, what you believe in, what am I going to see? Am I going to see any of those words and attribute those back to you by what I see on how you present? Personal brands need to be personal. The greatest real influencers, the people that make things happen in the world, can have strong opinions. And when you look them up, you see those things shining through. What do we see when we look at you? That rhymed. That's terrible. That's terrible to end on a rhyme. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I was feeling it. I was there. I'm right. I was there, and then I rhymed it at the end. You know what? But isn't this the opportunity? If you're feeling convicted a little bit here, that you're like, man, I am a walking billboard for my company. Man, I really need to figure out how to integrate opinions into my content strategy. Yeah, I need to figure out how to live the things I aspire to be, and so that people can see that about me when they experience my personal brand, so that I can drive more opportunities, drive more relationships, drive more business. If you're feeling convicted, great, because you can do something about that right now, today, this week, immediately. You can start on the process to present the way that you want to be seen. And that is the greatest power of the personal brand that I've ever realized in my career. That power is the key. It's the unlock, it's the opportunity. That's it. That's all I got for you today. If you're interested in coming to the Modern Lending Lab on April 23rd, I'll send you the Zoom link. Just send me a direct message. It's open for everybody in the industry. We're talking social media, and we're going to get real, and it's going to be loud. Appreciate y'all. See you on the flip.